Hello and welcome to Dread and Breakfast, the horror comedy RPG podcast you never asked for, but's gonna make you eggs in the morning. How would you like them?
Scrambled, please.
My name is Christine.
I'm Jacob.
I'm Fabrice.
I'm Marissa.
So this is the part of the podcast where we pull back the curtain and talk about the story you just listened to, Ornithophobia, or as we lovingly refer to it sometimes as Kalamazoo. So if you have not listened to those episodes, you should go back and do that because you won't understand anything that's happening here if you don't. And also spoilers, my dude.
Spoilers.
Spoilers.
Christine, how do you feel?
Yeah, that about sums it up. I actually feel better than I thought I would. I was really very stressed out about this because this is my first time ever running any sort of RPG. I love world building and I love character building, but writing a world for other people to play in rather than writing like a definite storyline that I can control 100% of the time, they're very different tasks. And so especially when we were recording the first episode, I was like, oh my gosh, I am so like, it was like almost frightening for me. And when we were recording, I was very much like, is this okay? Like, am I doing an all right job? And I just like really unsure of myself. The whole time I felt like I didn't have enough written, but I knew that I had to leave spaces for you guys to act in and
hit people with chairs and
yeah, it was just like a really interesting balance. I think I did okay. Like I
loved
I think so.
At the very end when Mavis was talking and she just drops this, well, no one was down there. Like I got like a physical chill and wished I had more warm coffee to drink to quell it because it was really good. Also, your character work was beautiful. I do apologize for being a big asshole towards Mavis. She's a beautiful sweetheart.
No, I actually love that. Like, okay, Mavis is a character that like when I was writing the outline for Dread, Mavis was only going to be in like the very first scene. And like this entire character came out and you guys immediately loved her and then were like very suspicious of her. And I was like, oh, so this is someone who's going to have like a through line. So I actually was like really, I don't know, like I really loved every interaction that you had with her, even the negative ones, because it made her like a much bigger and more complex character than I had initially imagined when I wrote her.
Okay. Like
in my notes, let me see what I have in my notes because I wrote like little character notes for every person. Yeah. Literally, it's one line. Head of the zoo, played by DM, very minor character, Mavis Dearson. That's all I had for her. And you guys, like, made her blossom into this big, like,
See, I would have thought you had, like, plans for her because she was such a good red herring because she was so insistent about the image and whatever. And it was real good. It was real good.
Yeah. No, she was real interesting.
Mavis's voice, her inspiration is the principal from School of Rock. Is that Joan Cusack that plays her? Mr. Schneebly. Like, that's exactly where that voice was pulled from.
So good.
That's pretty good.
I have many questions, and I know we don't want to give away the mystery of it, but what the fuck was Aiden's deal?
Yeah, so Aiden has been flying under the radar, acting as an unassuming recent grad, but he actually has secret ties to a special research arm of ORCS. So Aiden is a mole working at the zoo, and he's been taking pictures to send to ORCS to help them infiltrate the zoo, build this underground bunker next to the zoo, and secretly experiment on stolen animals.
Okay, so when exactly did the bird napping, if you will?
Yeah, good question. I did not make that clear. So there's a scene when Charlie, Penny, and Aiden are all in the birdhouse together, and Charlie and Penny start arguing about the infamous report.
Oh, no!
And so that is the moment when Charlie and Penny are just so distracted because Aiden has just casually been like, oh, what report? You know? And so he gets them to argue. And in that moment, both Penny and Charlie are preparing transfers for various different birds. Charlie taking birds that are supposed to go to the show, and Penny taking birds, I think, just for testing.
Yeah, back to the lab, I think.
Yeah. And so, as it happened, Aiden, because, you know, he's a mole, but he's not a great mole, got confused about which bird was supposed to go where, was supposed to steal one from Penny's cart, accidentally stole one from Charlie's cart, which just so happened to be going to the first show back at the amphitheater sponsored by Careshore Insurance, and everything devolved from there. Dominic, his backstory is that he grew up in Brooklyn and was like associated with the mafia, and like some shady shit went down. And so like he was a smuggler for the mafia. So his reputation precedes him, which is why orcs approached him and like knew about him. But he is no longer like, he's kind of on like the bad side of the mafia. Like he's not allowed to work for the mafia anymore. So like out of desperation has been working for orcs.
Dang.
Okay, that's really cool.
Is he still working for orcs though? Because he did make them lose their cool bunker.
Dun dun. Who knows?
All of that makes that scene so much more tense. It was really tense this episode. We went from knowing ORCS as like this bumbling Carson, yeah, you know, ghosts, to, oh, they have machine guns. This is like, it just ramped up the stakes in a way that I was not expecting, and that I immediately was fucking terrified. Like,
I will be honest, I did not expect people with machine guns to come bursting in. I thought that was a bluff. He's like, oh yeah, there's people with guns in there. I'm like, oh, okay, buddy, sure. And then it was like, no.
I didn't really know the tower plays such a big role in like how all of that was going to go. Like there was a moment when I think I had Fob pull, and like if it had gone, I can't remember specifically, but like there was a poll where it was like, okay, if he's successful, then like the next step will be like, does he actually kill Dominic? And like there was a moment when I thought that you were going to actively try and kill him.
Yeah, like things got intense, Bob.
When the animals came in and Charlie like lost his cool. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, no, you can't be doing that to animals. I'll get you. With a chair, I guess.
No, but I absolutely, much like the last story, I feel like we say this every time, but like I adored everyone's characters. Like, can you guys talk more about that? And then I definitely want to know more about Rodney, because oh my god.
I would love to know your character notes for Rodney. That would make me smile, I think.
Rodney is, I just wanted to have like a fun, stupid character that didn't like mean anything other than comic relief. And like his voice inspiration is the hermit crab from the movie Shark Tale. That's the guy that's like, can I be your financial advisor?
Oh, like that's the literally all cut.
That's literally all Rodney is. Like Rodney doesn't even have a last name. Like I just wanted to have an excuse to be an idiot and like
see, because like
That's
and this is
good.
So embarrassing, but like I was like so convinced this has to be an act. Like Rodney's gonna make like an act 3 turn.
And when we met Rodney at the end, were you like tense, going like, "Oh, this is where he gets us"?
Yes, I was. I was.
Cross. Oh, that's so funny.
I was literally just trying to throw in a joke.
Oh man, but no, Fob, Jacob, tell me more about Charlie and Kevin, because I want to talk about Kevin first, because he was such a pivot from Abbott, and he was just so delightfully pure.
I know.
Yeah, I was trying to be the opposite of Abbott, kind of. When I was first writing through the character sheet, I made him be really afraid of stuff, but then I realized I've already done that twice.
I don't think Abbott was afraid of stuff. Abbott was just very...
Well, he was trying to leave, I guess.
Abbott was very
two
focused.
Characters in a row that, just wanted to leave, and I was trying to branch out from that. And I don't know, I still ended up just kind of only locking into that he's afraid of birds.
Which was so funny.
Yeah, I wasn't really able to branch out of that and kind of, I don't know. I wasn't able to lock into him the way I wanted to. I don't know. I didn't feel great about Kevin, but he was fun.
I still think you did a great job.
And also it's kind of like Penny and Charlie were both at like a level 10 the whole time, and Kevin was like a chill 6.5, which we needed desperately.
I think that the energy of the three like characters, I think they balanced each other very well. So like maybe Kevin was a little more of the like, you know, he's the new employee, he's still learning, like maybe a little more like cautious, I guess. Whereas you do have Charlie, who is like so enthusiastic. And actually, that's one thing that I really did want your character to be. Like, I thought about writing like, your character loves his job, like in your initial like summary about your character, but I was like, I'll let him like make that choice of what level he wants. And you came in at an 11, and I was like, excellent, that's exactly what I was hoping for. And then like that also balanced with like Penny's like no bullshit. Like I know that you were saying like you kept like being worried that you were making her too bitchy, but like I loved that energy. And I felt like it was really good to balance the three of you. And it also was good for me as the DM to have a character, like your character was challenging for me, but that made me like think on my feet, and like I really had to problem solve as a DM, because you would be like, I'm done with this, I have other things to do, and like go off on your own and be like, well shit, how do I get her back? Like, you know,
no, every time Penny opened her mouth, I'm like, wow, I'm a bitch. Like
and it was fun to watch you play that character, because it is like opposite to how you are in normal life. Like, so it was fun to get to watch you inhabit like that more aggressive side. Marissa, tell me about Penny's voice.
Oh, I didn't do it justice at all. So I love podcasts, as we know, and there is a podcast called Criminal, which is very good. It's like true crime. It's really, really outstanding. And the host has just the best voice in the entire world. It's like immaculate. And her name's Phoebe Judge, and she always opens each episode with, I'm Phoebe Judge. This is Criminal. And so it started like that, and then shit went down, and it just became like airy and like bad. So I did not do Phoebe Judge justice.
I liked the voice though. I was really surprised by it when you first started. Like I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't that. You came out with this like, oh yes, like okay.
I like the mystery, but I have so many questions. Like, was anyone else involved? Who on that board needs to get fired? Like,
some questions cannot be answered.
God damn it, Christine.
Because the DM did not write that. I imagine that probably there's like some other people in the zoo working for the organization, but the only one that I really wrote was Aiden Dominic.
What was behind the door we didn't go down because we were scared? Can you tell us that?
More of the works bunker.
Oh, how big was the bunker? Like how did they clear that shit out so fast?
The bunker, it was built as an inside job during the restoration of the amphitheater. Like when you went down the shaft, like there was the dirt around it was a little more disturbed.
Yeah.
Like hadn't been there the same amount of time. Like, so it would have gotten built like secretly while the amphitheater was being restored.
Oh, I like that. That's really fun.
Is there any, I know last time we did some wild shit that threw like Fob for a loop. Was there any choices that like you wish we would have made, or choices that you wish we would not have made?
Or more choices that you like really didn't expect?
Yeah, I thought when there was like voices in the hall and when like Dominic was coming into the lab, I had envisioned that as being like a quick everybody hide. And so the fact that Charlie went on the offensive and like the rest of you joined in on that, I was kind of like, oh, okay. Like I was going to have a whole scene where like Aiden comes in and doesn't know that there's anyone else in the lab. And so like he is being Dominic and like that's the reveal as opposed to him being like, fine. My name is Dominic Luciano. Like there was going to be that like eventual reveal, but I just in my head, like, and I had written more of a, like, you observe this difference as opposed to, like, you attack this man and figure out, like...
It was still such a really cool reveal, though, because, like, he started talking and, like, my brain short-circuited for a second, and then Fob was like, wait a minute. This isn't...
I'm like, that's not your voice, my guy.
I'm obsessed with your reaction to that. Like, that just... I was like, yes!
Yeah, but no, like, kudos to you all around. Like, this was a stellar introduction into, like, DMing.
Oh, thank you.
And I don't know, I had a blast. So thank you
I'm
for all
glad.
of the
so glad
stress
it
and...
was Yeah, I'm glad it was fun. Like, I was a little concerned, like, after the first episode, I could tell that you guys were, like, on the trail of, like, someone has stolen the bird. Like, it was really funny to that, like, at first it was, like, ghost bird. And, like, I wanted this episode to be more, like, science related, like, weird, unethical science as opposed to supernatural. Because that felt, like, easier for me to write, like, more in my wheelhouse of, like, language that I would know.
Yeah.
So it was funny to hear you guys be like, ghost bird. But you were kind of on the trail of like, oh, Aiden is suspicious. Like, I think someone stole the bird. Like, obviously there was the reveal of the like paper with orcs at the end of the first episode. And so you guys were like on the trail. And at first I was like, oh no, I have to write more like red herrings so they don't figure it out. And I was like, no, like, I do want them to figure it out. Like, that is the point. So I had to shift my focus from being like, okay, I'm done hoodwinking them. But yeah, so I have this little sticky note of like things that I wrote when I was listening through. First note, they love Mavis. Make her seem evil, ? Kill her off,
you did that very well.
And I landed on Mavis has the flaw of caring too much about the zoo image, but she's not the main villain. And then I wrote, they are suspicious of Aiden. Why did he run off? And so I knew I had to like walk that back a little bit to be like, no, he did run off because like social media. And like Dominic is very concerned about the fact like, oh crap, the wrong bird is missing. But I didn't want you to like totally know that it was him at first. So like I think there was still enough cloud around like who's behind all this crap that when it was revealed to be Aiden and that he was actually Dominic, like that was still a good reveal.
Yeah, the reveal felt earned, if that makes sense. Like it wasn't like out of left field and it wasn't like super obvious from the beginning. But the paper, who has shitty handwriting won, and are you able to tell us what it entailed?
Honestly, that was like a thing that you were like, can I read any of this? And I was like, I don't know. Like that was something I hadn't written. So I mean, that was just supposed to be like evidence that like something has infiltrated the zoo. Someone isn't covering their tracks enough.
Yeah. I like that.
Because that's what made me suspicious of Rodney. Is like, did it really fall out of the garbage, or was it out of his pocket? Like,
was it in Rodner's pocket?
Oh. Yeah, no, Rodney was just like pure comic relief. Rodney is like an expression of something deep within my own personal soul.
Rodney's just a wonderful man.
So the tower didn't fall at all in this episode.
It didn't.
Despite my efforts to make you guys pull. I was like really caught up in the world building in the first episode and I kept forgetting to make you guys pull. And so I was trying to make up for that in the second one.
You did.
And more dramatic stuff happened in the second one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Much more like reasons for pull.
Yeah, I did have a list that I'd like to read of ways characters could be doomed. that I felt really macabre when I was writing this. But number 1, attacked by an animal.
Oh.
Yeah.
Number 2, poisoned in the lab / chemical exposure. Number 3, crushed by machinery.
Oh, that's the worst one. Oh, God.
No, it's not.
Number 4, electrocution.
Oh.
And number 5, Dominic takes them out. Only works if the intern is revealed by an individual and alone.
That almost happened, honestly.
That did almost happen.
There was a moment when Fob made a poll and I was like, if it fails, Dominic will kill him.
Yeah.
Dominic's hardcore, man.
We also did all almost get shot with machine gun bullets.
That's true.
That is true, yes, yeah.
But no, all around this was really, really fun. I am interested to see where the next one takes us because just the ORCS mystery has expanded. And I guess like like that sounds like bullshit because 3 of us have run dreads with orcs in it, but like we don't know a lot about it. Like this is Fob's creation, and Christine and I know enough to sprinkle stuff in, but like the heart of what orcs is, we are not acting. Like this is legitimately like I don't fucking know. I don't even know what it stands for.
I definitely went rogue when I was writing the research branch of orcs. And I remember Fob and I had a discussion when I was like trying to ask him probing questions to be like, is this kosher? But I didn't want to reveal anything about the episode and the story.
Yeah, no, I think this is like a very good like addition to the brand of orcs. I think it makes good sense.
But okay, Bob, can you tell us this?
Will be revealed. Yeah.
Can you tell us one thing? Does the O in orcs stand for organization?
Yes, we deserve to know.
No, of course not. It does not.
It doesn't?
Why would it stand for organization? That's way too easy.
Is it a cult?
No, it's not. No, I'm not gonna.
Are you fucking with me right now?
I'm not.
I feel like he did tell us at one point what it meant, and now I can't remember.
I know I did. Oh, if only. Jacob's thinking about it. I can see.
But okay, so I'm gonna come with a bullshit transition.
Thwack.
I don't know. Are you guys getting pretty hungry? Anyone you want to join me in the kitchen?
Jacob, I am starving.
You thought the terror was over, but surprise! No. I'm not done with my machinations yet.
It's breakfast, motherfuckers.
Cue music.
Welcome back to Christine's Cursed Kitchen, the part of the show where Christine potentially poisons her friends.
Where Christine tortures her co-hosts.
You all agreed to this. And Fabrice, you recruited me for this podcast, so...
I am so distraught. You handed me a thing, and it looked like you took a rain cloud and put it inside, and it's so light, I have no idea what's happening.
Yes, so you all have containers of tonight's dish.
It looks like clouds or maybe cotton candy.
Or fiberglass.
But it's white and it scares me.
Yes, you're just eating straight fiberglass. I've decided to give you asbestos this evening.
Can we open the containers?
Yes, you may.
Okay.
I'm very scared.
I'm going to wait for Jacob to open his first on camera, and then I'm going to open mine.
I was waiting for you.
Don't be a coward.
But I said it first, Jacob, so you must go.
Must I?
Yes. Riveting audio. Jacob is making a great podcast right now. Jacob has to cut this all out. All of this is cut out because Jacob's gonna cut
Christine's trying to move along the podcast, and Fabrice is being a wave of chaos.
No, I'm waiting for Jacob to open the thing.
And I'm waiting for Fabrice to open
Oh my
the
gosh.
I'm
All right, ready? On the
Jake-
count of 3.
1, 2, 3. Oh, I didn't do it.
Come on!
Because
Me
I
either.
was waiting. I was hoping Jacob would do it.
Have you met me?
I will come in and open the damn thing. Oh my god.
It just smells like cotton candy so
smell
far.
like cotton candy, which makes me even more suspicious.
Yeah, so I wanted to do something that like would be reminiscent of the game that we played. So maybe there is a cotton candy stand at
Speaking of games, I lost the game.
Oh, Jacob! You son of a bitch. Damn it. Damn it.
What did I miss?
Damn it.
I'm sorry, did I teleport back to 2010?
Yeah.
Where am I?
Man.
Okay, so first thoughts.
I'm very impressed because I have no idea how to make cotton candy, so this is kind of a marvel.
The smell is good. The
It does smell
texture, it's fluffy like cotton candy.
I'm just going to go for it. I ain't scared.
I am scared, but I'm also going to eat it.
Oh?
Did you make kimchi cotton candy?
No.
I kind of love it. I cannot play. So it tastes like cotton candy and it's very sweet, but there's like an undercurrent of something savory that I cannot for the life of me place.
It's warm, right? You're all getting like a warm kind of not that the food itself is warm, but you're getting like the taste is warm. Cinnamon?
No, it's not cinnamon. Jacob, what are your thoughts?
If you had just told me you made cotton candy, I don't know if I would question it.
No, I would.
Oh, there's more of whatever that is in that bite.
I wanted this flavor to come through more than it ended up coming through. It's not anything that's like a super bizarre ingredient.
We're all still eating it, so it must be good.
Yeah, it's really good. Like, I'm going to finish it, and this is kind of amazing.
Christine, I think you might have been pulling a long con. This is not cursed at all. This is... Or you're pulling an even longer con, and you have yet to reveal that you put dog shit in this.
It's arsenic.
But this is very good. I am also going to finish this, which I think this means this is the first Christine's Corner where we're all finishing the food?
I don't know. Jacob looks suspicious.
The fact that Christine's not eating it.
Well, I'm not eating it just because I don't have any more that I made. I ate some earlier today.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Jacob believes that. Roll for deception.
I did. I also gave some to my roommate, and she was really confused by it as well.
Yeah. Is it vegetable?
It's vegetable adjacent.
Is it garlic?
There is garlic in it.
Okay, so everyone at home, you heard it here first. We are eating garlic cotton candy.
Well, that's not the only thing. Like,
so it's some sort of spice blend is what you're saying. So like a curry maybe?
No, don't. You're getting a little further from that.
I just like looking at Marissa eating this with like the Bobby Fischer level of intensity that she is focusing on.
I'm running out of cotton candy. I need to. It almost tastes like I'm still stuck on birds though. So I'm like, is it chicken noodle soup?
No, this is a vegetarian cotton candy.
Is it vegan?
Yes, it is vegan.
Oh, well, there goes that lead.
What, do you think it was egg?
I don't know, but the fact that you said vegetarian and not vegan made me feel like maybe there was some animal product in there that could have been a hint.
Oh. Think condiments.
Ketchup.
No.
Sriracha.
I'm allergic to those things.
Pickle relish.
Close. You're very, very close.
What, guys, what's a condiment that's close to pickle relish? What? Help me.
Think larger.
Larger than... Oh, just pickles.
Yeah!
Oh!
What? It is pickle cotton candy.
I would have never guessed that in 10,000 years.
Yeah.
How in the world did you make pickle cotton candy and make it taste good? What is happening?
It's actually way easier than I thought it was. Okay. I was like having a squirrely moment and I was like, you know what? I need a cotton candy maker. I want to make cotton candy. And so we like researched, my roommate and I and one of our other friends like researched where we could buy a cotton candy maker. And we saw that there was one at Target. And so we went to Target to buy it, but it didn't include any cotton candy sugar. And so we were like, no, we want to make cotton candy now. We can't buy cotton candy sugar, blah, blah, blah. So that was the day that I ended up buying the ice cream maker, which then led to the kimchi ice cream. Fast forward about 6 months, and my roommate has purchased something on Amazon. It's a giant box that arrives, and it sits on our dining room table for days. And I finally ask her about it, and she goes, oh, that's your Christmas present if you want to open it. It's completely unwrapped, which is very unlike my roommate. And I'm like, okay. And so I open it, and it is a cotton candy maker.
Aww.
And she had researched like the top one that she could buy me for Christmas present. I had completely forgotten this.
That's so sweet.
So I open this, we like both die laughing, and instantly my brain goes, you must make pickle cotton candy. I don't know why that was my first instinct. I acquire these appliances and instantly my gremlin brain is like, we must create the most ridiculous thing imaginable. And like typically I would keep those thoughts to myself, but then we have this podcast. And so this afternoon I logged off of work and I was like, all right, time to make cotton candy. And I walked into my roommate's room with a thing of it and I like presented it to her and she was like, oh, you finally used the cotton candy maker. And she started eating it and was like, what the hell is this?
You're telling me that this was the inaugural batch?
This was the inaugural batch, yes. She thought it was popcorn. So
Ooh,
yeah,
I could see that.
It's not discernible, and I think that probably the heat has something to do with like it changing the flavor a little bit.
I'm stuck on a couple things.
Yeah.
One, I finished it. So like I can talk, and it didn't really taste like it didn't, even after I knew that it was pickles, I couldn't really. And I'm thinking about it now, and the scary thing is I think pickle cotton candy would be really good, which is a thought that I guess I have to come to terms with. That I have.
They make sweet pickles, and so that's why I was like, oh yeah, this will work.
Yeah.
The way that I did it was that I just bought a jar of kosher pickles at the grocery store, and then I just like poured some of the liquid on sugar and then spread it out on a sheet pan and let it dry overnight. And then I just crushed it up and like put it in the cotton candy maker and pickle cotton candy. I think if I were to do this again, I would honestly make my own brine, because I felt like the flavor didn't come through enough. And so I would want to concentrate it more. And also like add way more garlic and add way more dill and like really infuse it. I don't know, like figuring out some way to like create a syrup and then dry the syrup out, and like it would just be like very concentrated.
We were all getting like the spices, but like I got no dill whatsoever, which is weird.
Yeah.
What if you took a pickle and like, I can't believe that this is a discussion that we're having, but like I guess this is where my life is. What if you took a pickle and like in a mortar and pestle kind of mushed the pickle, the whole ass fruit?
It's a
vegetable?
It's from a cucumber. Cucumber is a vegetable.
Okay, the whole ass pickle. And then you have pickle mush, which has a lot of juice. And yeah, no, this all sounds great, by the way. And then like you just strain that through a cheesecloth, like so you don't have to make your own brine, but like maybe that would work better.
Okay, so I would argue that the pickle flavor does not come from the cucumber. The flavor comes from the brine.
Now, if you were to do it again, would you also dye it neon slime green? Or would you leave it the mysterious smoky smoke white color to lure people in?
I didn't put any food dye in it because honestly I just didn't even think to. But also it was fun to like give zero clues about what the flavor was and make you all guess.
But so last time, I think our rating scale has been cabbages, leeks, and now pickles. So in that order,
pickles?
how many cabbages, leeks, and pickles would you give pickle cotton candy? I guess.
It can have 2 cabbages. I guess pickles are pretty close to sauerkraut, so no leeks, no connection there.
I mean, are leeks and garlic in the same family?
Couldn't tell you.
They both come from the ground, if you think about it.
We all come from the ground, Fabrice.
Oh no.
Ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Babies are grown in farms, children. Just remember that.
One day, your mother and I plucked you from the soil. 'Twas late summer, you had germinated in the spring and sent up tiny tendrils, and once you were ready, we plucked you like a carrot from the ground.
I loved all of that except for the tiny tendrils part.
I don't know who is coming out right now, but someone deep inside of me has just emerged. Your brother preferred to grow with the russets, and when he came up with the other tubers, he was covered in warts. Your father was a tuber, your father's father was a tuber, and his father was a tuber.
I just think... I'm thinking of like trombone or like a tuba player. Like it's a family of tuba players.
Your father was a tuba. Your father's father was a tuba.
Oh my God.
You descend from a line of bass brass instruments.
So Bob, how many cabbages and leeks?
Jacob didn't give it any pickles yet. Jacob, how many pickles?
Oh, it feels so long ago that I was thinking about pickles.
Well, Jacob, wait. Hang on, Jacob. The real question. How many tubas?
No tubas. Is it in no way like a brass instrument. And it can have 3 pickles. It's pretty pickly once you know it's a pickle.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And it's pretty edible, which is new for this segment.
Hey, I thought you liked the creme brulee, the savory creme brulee.
Oh, yeah.
You called it soup.
It wasn't soup. It was chowder.
Cheesy chowder with a little burnt hat.
The same burnt hat that your aunt made. She grew up on a dairy farm. And was... Oh, actually, I'm not going to say that.
Fob, your rating?
No cabbage. No cabbage. This is the furthest from kimchi ice cream.
Except your first question to me was, is this kimchi cotton candy? So...
Yeah.
0 cabbages. 3 leeks, because I'm going to say that leeks and garlic are similar, and I'll get hate for that, and that's fine. Don't at me.
How many pickles would you give it?
Pickles? I'm going to give this 5 pickles. Now,
What?
but I give it 5 pickles because I really liked it a lot. I didn't get a pickle flavor, though.
I know.
Aww.
This is like if pickles had evaporated and condensed in the air.
It's like if someone took a pickle LaCroix drink and then took out even more pickle flavor and then put it into cotton candy.
LaCroix.
Yeah.
You know what? What is wrong with my brain? I instantly know how I can make that. What is wrong with me? How about you, Marissa? What's your ranking?
So I would give this 2 cabbages and probably 2 leeks, apropos of nothing.
I'm delighted to have cabbages and leeks to begin with. This is not
Thank
anything
you.
I thought I would have, so thank you.
And I think I'm going to go with 5 pickles. It was very delightful. It was a fun mind teaser, and I would eat another one.
Well, good news. I made way too much pickle sugar. So I can indeed make more for you.
Oh, good.
So, is this pickle cotton candy cursed or blessed?
What we have consumed today, I think, is blessed. If it's more pickly, I think it could edge into the cursed category, but I will not know until
agree,
that beautiful day comes.
It is not cursed, and I enjoyed it.
But you won't say blessed.
I feel like there was another word.
Is it cursed or is it simply chaotic?
Oh, it's very chaotic.
Chaotic is a good word.
Chaotic.
Yes.
I'm going to go with chaotic.
100%.
Thank you for joining us for Christine's Cursed Kitchen. We'll see you next time for something equally disturbing.
But do we want to tease what the next
Jacob, do you have any comments?
Just that for anyone at home who's doing the math and has thought Marissa led one, and then Fob led one, and then Christine led one. No, I'm not leading the next one.
Yes. Yes,
I'm
he
not
is.
saying never, but definitely not now.
Plot twist, everyone. This is the fake out. Jacob is running the next one. Jacob's already 5 pages into his note writing. Get ready for Dread 4. Jacob, the Dreaded, writes.
Dun, dun.
Fob, make a roll for deception.
Fair enough.
Okay, but really, who is running it?
Oh, it's me. Get set for disappointment again, bitches. Let's go.
Oh my God.
Until then, thanks for joining us, everyone. We'll see you soon. Perfect. Love it.
Yes.
Done. That's a wrap.
Thank you for listening to Dread and Breakfast.
This episode sponsored by Long Pauses. Thank you for listening.
As always, we'd like to thank Eli Schneider for our theme song and original music. You can find him on Spotify, so go say hi to him there. Additional audio is credited in the episode notes. A big thank you to our friend Alicia, who created our gorgeous episode art for this story. You can find her on Tumblr and Instagram at Artistic Adversary. There are links to more of her work and a bunch of other fun stuff on our website, dnbpod.com. You can also follow us on Instagram at DNBpod, or you can harass us on Twitter at DreadNBfast. If you like the show, we'd really appreciate it if you gave us a quick rating and review on the podcast app of your choice. It really does help us out a lot, and we love hearing from you. We are all hard at work cooking up our next story, but it'll still be a little while before it's ready. As a fun teaser, here's an incomplete list of the sound effects I have to find for it. Rock smashing, lightning, note card shuffling, a huge explosion, the terrifying drone of existential all-consuming horror, bubbles. So have fun guessing what our next story will be from that. Tweet at us if you think you figured it out. That should be fun. Anyway, you're all in for a real treat. Keep an eye on our social media pages for its release and for just some wholesome, chaotic content. See you next time.